Oh, I feel like so overwhelmed and excited and just thrilled to be here, truly. It feels very on theme. I'm very, we really pulled through. We're on brand. I mean, Kate, I love that character. She, she's somebody who's gone through a lot at a young age and it's really marked her. And I think this film is a wonderful celebration of somebody who is both coming home to where they grew up in Oklahoma, but also coming home to themselves and the person they once were. And yeah, her journey is really beautiful. I really love it. Yes, weather boot camp. That was really cool. I mean, I'm such a nerd for any, weather stuff. I was really enjoying being there and meeting real meteorologists, meeting real chasers, and just trying to pick up as much as I can. So whenever I had weather jog and I didn't look like I had no idea what I was talking about. I know, well, apparently Bill Paxton used to give weather reports at the start of every shooting day. I'm not quite at that level, but there's still time. They were definitely like, when you read a script and it says and then they get blown away, you sort of try and imagine what that will be like, but only when you're there with an actual jet engine being blown at you and wind and rain and debris just being thrown at you, you're like, okay, this is definitely not going to be a comfortable summer, but also so much fun. It was like being on a theme park ride. It's such a wonderful cast. Anthony, Glenn, I mean, the entire cast are so brilliant, and we all really bonded in Oklahoma. We went line dancing. It's such just like the original, the ensemble is so incredible. I feel very honored to be a part of this cast.
Who was the best?
Glenn, actually. He grew up in Texas, so he knew how to swing dance. He was very, very good. I had no idea what I was doing. I think it's a summer blockbuster like we haven't had in a really long time. It feels like it's real people set now who are facing monsters that are real and plausible, and so I just think it's nail-biting adrenaline ride, but also there's so much heart, there's so much character and fun. Yeah, there's just lots to enjoy.
Oh, this movie is a movie I've wanted to make since I was a kid, so I'm so excited. I mean, Tyler's I think who we all wish we could be. He's the guy who wears a cowboy hat. He's got a great team of friends around him, and he runs into the storm. I mean, we definitely went through the storm in Oklahoma. We shot it in tornado season, in Tornado Alley. It was a wild time. So. No, it was that's the other thing, is that you're in trucks in the middle of nowhere in fields. All you have to do is have each other's company, and you just get to play pretend. It's just the best. It's the best. But this crew is I'm just so proud. We're on this big group text with all the Twisters folks, and everybody just cheers each other on with every win. It's just awesome. Oh yeah, no, we definitely got after it in Oklahoma. Yeah, there's a bar called Cowboys. I think all of our pictures are up in that place now. This is a perfect blockbuster. It's just got everything. It's got it's obviously massive in scope, but it's got heart. It's fun. It's funny, and it's just really about this real great community that is not talked about. So it's a perfect movie.
Good.
This is very Twisters weather. It really is. Yeah.
I'm excited. I was here last year around the same time, so I'm happy to be back. And I love it. I love London. I love it around this time. It's always fun. That's it. I mean, look, if it wasn't like this, what's the point? He's, Javi went to school with Kate. They went to college together for meteorology. They studied tornadoes. They were chasing. They go through a traumatic experience. They both kind of move away. She goes one way, he goes another way, and he comes back. He goes to the military. He's in charge of this amazing technology. He brings it back to Oklahoma, and he takes it to a certain level, but it can only go so far without Kate. So, he's like, hey, I got to get my A1 back, and they reunite, and I think that's when the journey begins. Yeah, it was unpredictable, to be honest. I mean, you just never knew what was going to happen. Every day we come to set, and again, you're in the middle of tornado season, and you pull up to set, you come to work, and you're just like, we had to take cover a couple times, the crafty tent is blowing over. a few times, but I think that one minute it's sunny, the next minute the wind's blowing, so it's just unpredictable. They were. I mean, like, you know, they pelted us with rain and wind, and you know, they had I think it was a jet engine from a Boeing 707 that they used for the wind. Sometimes they had 2 of them on us, you know, 3 of them on us, you know, depending on what we were shooting. It was tough. I mean, it was hard. We were out there. It was like 100 degrees out there, 95 to 100 degrees in Oklahoma. It's adrenaline filled. It's everything you want in this kind of movie. I mean, you know, it's action packed. There's romance. There's comedy. There's, I mean, action, more action. You know, nonstop for as long as from the beginning to the end.
Feels amazing. I'm really happy to be here. Yeah, drizzly. I mean, I can feel some storm clouds brewing. It's good. They've laid it on. Yeah. He is an English journalist sent out to do a piece on some crazy storm chaser dude, and he kind of gets sucked into it, and it becomes something else for him. It was amazing. I mean, I had very little to learn because I just had to come in as the outsider, ignorant, who gets affected by it all. So it was wonderful. I was suddenly there and I was thrown into it, and that's very much the experience you're going to get. Oh, I mean, all of it was fun. Being stuck in that car with those guys was incredible. And you know, you're filming along, and then it's boiling, it's 40-degree heat, and then they turn the aircon off because it's too noisy. So I just remember sweating and having a hand fan aimed at my head. That was it. You've got to see it. It's the time of the action films back. You know, go to the cinema, take some friends, because it's going to be a huge ride and they're going to love it.
Sum this up, this is incredible. I can't believe that we're actually here. We've been working for this, and just to share it with people and with people who I love, we had a great time making this together, so this is just really special. It was an immediate, I want to do this. I'd already been talking about Twister as a reference of the type of movie I wanted to make, and then suddenly this project just landed on my doorstep in a way, and I just knew I had to do it. So it was weird. It felt like the stars were aligning in some sense. We knew the harder it is, probably the better the film would be. So I really believe in working really hard for different elements of a movie. We didn't want it to be easy. And the first film felt like it was hard to make, and we wanted to honor that. I just sum it up by saying those guys you meet your heroes, you don't want to be let down, and those guys did not let me down at all. Like, they were inspiring to work with, they were so generous and supportive and congenial, they were just incredible partners. I tried to cast people who I wanted to hang out with, and true to form, they're all that. I love seeing these guys. We're always like old friends when we meet up. And hopefully that bleeds through into the film. I think they're all special actors and people we should all spend time with. In Oklahoma, there's not always a lot to do, so yeah, we tried to spend some time together. I think we have an incredible cast. I think we have some of the most spectacular VFX today, and the sound design is also on another level. And all of these things we've worked really hard for, and I hope people will love the movie. I hope they love nature and all those things, and just having fun and eating lots of popcorn.
Oh my gosh, I'm feeling so excited to be here. This is one of my favorite cities in the world. We lived here for a year, my family and I, during COVID actually. So it feels so great to be back and out with the crowds and being able to celebrate this film. I would expect nothing less for movie Twisters. I'm glad I have lots of hairspray in my hair for tonight. Yeah, I think it's, we're in this season of really wanting to bring people back to the cinemas and feeling this sense of community that you get from when you see a movie together. And the general theme through this is community, is coming together. So we felt this was the right time to tell it, especially with what's happening in our current climate, that, weather like this is July and it's raining. It's kind of interesting to start having these conversations and having them in bigger detail. I think Glen was born for this role. When you see him in it, there was no one else that can play this other than Glen. He had so much fun with it. He didn't take himself too seriously, and I think that's the perfect balance for this. Daisy, I've been a fan of Daisy's for so long, since Normal People. She's so talented, wise beyond her years, and she brings that real groundedness to it. Her performance, the authenticness of her feelings. It was just really amazing to watch her grow into this role. Anthony Ramos, I'm Puerto Rican, so for me it was very important to have representation of PRs in this film, and there's no one out there that is so talented like Anthony. Brandon Perea is also Puerto Rican, so it was really wonderful to have them be in this film. For me, when I was looking for a director for this project, I wanted someone who, one, was a writer-director, and two, that was from this area. It was from the heartland of America and really could speak to it and bring an authenticity to it that you can't manufacture. So he was by far the best choice for this role. Because it's big, it's epic, it's exciting. We have an amazing soundtrack, all original songs for the most part. And it brings you back to those films that really got us excited in the 80s and 90s, a good popcorn summer flick.